So Rex Alexander here on the floor of Heli-Expo 2019 for the Vertical Flight Society, and with Garmin, Pat Coleman today, talking about some of the wonderful things going on in the avionics world. So Pat, what kind of traffic you guys seeing so far today?
Good afternoon. Yeah, we've been really busy here down at the HI Convention Center. Plenty of people coming through looking at the wide range of products we have on display, both forward fit and retrofit for helicopter operators.
Awesome. So in looking at where the industry is headed at this point in time, what do you see in some of the major changes that people are asking for in their cockpit? ADS-B I know is one. Any major upticks in that?
Yeah, so ADS-B is certainly one of them. In-flight connectivity is another one, and HSVT and HTAWS related features are definitely one of them. So more situational awareness, more coloring on the screen, being able to see where you are and operate in such a way that allows you to complete the mission while being safe at the same time.
No, that sounds pretty interesting. You talked about synthetic vision earlier. What are you seeing for that in the future for helicopters in general? I know a lot of people that use that right now is in the law enforcement and EMS environment.
Yeah, so we continue to refine our synthetic vision offerings as well as the database that we use to draw that sort of view out the window picture. And so the more detailed data we can get, the more information we can offer. We also have added new information into that database, such as power lines and hotlines that show up in 3D on the synthetic vision screen. So as you operate in and around those things, you get a warning that you're getting close to those wires. So just an extra layer of awareness to what's going on around you.
Okay, and last year you had made an announcement on some new technology that was coming down the pike, specifically centered around augmenting autopilots. So what can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so last year at HI, Garmin announced the GFC 600H. Now that is Garmin's first foray into the HFCS, the HFCS realm. In 2017, we announced retrofit autopilots for the fixed wing side of our business. Right. We've taken those and expanded into the helicopter side of the house and added stability augmentation, autopilot, as well as some of Garmin's own background autopilot functions, what we call ESP, electronic stability protection. So you get a little bit of force feedback as you go along, as you operate, trying to help keep you kind of centered and in a good attitude as you fly along. Now, you can override that at any time if the mission calls for it, or you can totally disable it if you need to. But we like to think of that as kind of like having a flight instructor sitting there next to you, kind of always looking around, making sure you're not over banking too much or pitching too much. It also incorporates our level button. So if you get into an attitude that's unsafe or you know, doesn't feel so nice, there's a blue level button. You can see right here on the controller, the level button right there, that will get you back to zero pitch, zero roll automatically with the autopilot.
Are you seeing a lot of interest in that product in the helicopter world as a whole?
Absolutely, yeah. So as I said, it's our first foray into it. We're doing it on Garmin's AS350 aircraft. We're coming down the home stretch now. Hope to get that out in the near future. Yeah, with any autopilot that we do, the question is always, when is my airplane or my helicopter going to be on the list? So we're in the process of formulating that list now, and we hope to get to as many as we possibly can. But yeah, lots of interest, lots of people wanting all three of those axes of autopilot support.
Now, I know the ADS-B clock is ticking. There's a lot of people trying to get their aircraft retrofitted. Are you guys hitting a saturation point at this point for ADS-B retrofit?
So not a saturation point in terms of what we can produce, but Garmin has a dealer network in which we sell our aftermarket products. And so a lot of our dealers are now starting to get to a point where they're pretty full, or they're starting to get full, right, with bookings going out 6 or 8 or even 9 months. So saturation point is more on the installation side of things. But yeah, I mean, I think everyone's finally realized now that you know, holy cow, ADS-B is just right there around the corner. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Pat. Really appreciate you taking the time to spend with us today. This is Rex Alexander for the Vertical Flight Society from the floor of Heli-Expo 2019. Thank you.